All right, we're back. We're live, guys. We're here. We're going to talk about the triple rate of guns being stolen out of cars here in the United States. And there's a lot of key cities that is happening in. So we'll see when we get back. All right, we're back, guys. And before we go any further, I want to ask you guys to do us a favor. And the favor is when you guys see the show come up on YouTube and or Rumble, please like and share the show. And that's all I ask. And it's not that hard. I mean, it's not going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's not a hard thing to do. Especially we're live on Twitch. We
Don't
got a
cost
bunch
you
of
nothing.
yeah, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. So we're live on YouTube. We're live on Rumble, the mighty Rumble. The Rumble is where we get the most support from, and we really have a huge following over there on Rumble, and we really appreciate you guys over there. But on YouTube, Two Alphas Talk. Follow the show, subscribe to the show, and like the show and share the show. That's all we ask. And we see the support on YouTube, and it's really going up, and we are getting a lot more subscribers on YouTube. So thank you for that. And also on Rumble. On Rumble, to find the show, go into the search bar and type in the Two Alphas Talk, space out the words, and it says the Two Alphas Talk, and space out the words and subscribe to the show. And so you can see when we go live, it'll come up. If you don't want to install the app, you can still watch the show. I think without the app, is that yeah, you can watch it through YouTube, just like YouTube,
Yep.
but you won't get the notifications and stuff. So just support and share the show. We share it a lot, and we really appreciate you guys supporting the show. And it costs you nothing; it's free. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I'm gonna thank WK. He's our biggest supporter of the show, and thank you again, WK, for supporting the show on Rumble and YouTube, and really appreciate that. Before we go any further, we're gonna go ahead and thank who sponsored the show and what we do on the other side of life. All right, there you go, Al.
Yep. First and foremost, Right to Bear. All right, we're gonna keep talking to you. There's some other groups out there that's getting some publicity, I guess. Two lawyers. I don't know exactly where they are, out in the Midwest somewhere, and they're doing a good job. They're pushing their product. Very similar. Right to Bear has been around for a while. Those two lawyers, they've did an evaluation and did some research into Right to Bear, and didn't have the negativity that they had with other ones. They don't like protection programs, clubs, insurance type deals like that. They're more into one-to-one lawyers, and that's cool. But if they gave a ranking, Right to Bear would get like a 95 because they did knock it down for being in a payment plan, and I think it was another one. There was a couple of pieces that they knocked it down, and I understood that. But other than that, when you start looking at the other ones that are similar to Right to Bear, and even ones that have been around longer than Right to Bear, you can't go wrong with Right to Bear. You can't, and they offer a lot, and I'm sticking with them. I see that what they offer and what you don't have to pay out, that you don't have to wait 30 days before your policy kicks in, immediate coverage as soon as you become a member. Replacement of a firearm if you lose it. You call, you're not speaking to a call taker, you are talking to a lawyer. So that conversation is privileged and they cannot grab it. When you are babbling, talking about blah 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 blah, I think I killed blah 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 blah, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking directly to your lawyer, so nobody can get that information.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that are important. And when you listen to these guys when they talk, you can. That's another thing I was going to suggest. Reach out to them and go to one of their presentations. When you go to a presentation, you have questions ready, or you can get questions as you listen to the presentation. They have answers. And one of the things, like I said, when they bring up those things, those little nuances that could really sink your ship, that's when you realize that these guys are doing their homework and they're paying attention to you, the consumer, and the member, that's the end user. That's what's more important. So, again, if you use SABER, you'll get a discount. We recommend them. We use it. We have it. Anything you want to add on to it, you have the policy for yourself, but you're traveling out of your state, you can get an add-on for nationwide coverage. And then after you come back, and say it's only a 2 week period of time, you come back in those 2 weeks, you then push a little radio button, and it clicks you back up. You're back to your regular policy. You can add on what else? There was other things that you add on. You can add on family members, children. Take them off when you don't want it. Same thing. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So take a look at it, and again, I said it the first time. I'm gonna say it again. If you find something that you is a discrepancy, and you say, "Al, that ain't nah," let me show you. Please reach out to me. I'd like to know what you find. We're human. We did the research, but at the same time, you may find something or see something a different way and explain it and help us out. So let me know. All
Yep.
right.
All right. And after
Classes.
that, to go to our website, type in saberteamtactical.com. Then from there, go to classes. And from there, go ahead out.
Well, you got one-on-one. That's what we kind of start everything with. And it's a really good opportunity for you if you're a new shooter, because now you get all the devoted attention directly on you. It could be a bad thing too, but most time it's good. And we come out, we do an assessment to make sure that you say and we agree with what you say. So if you tell us you're intermediate and we put you through this assessment and you score, say, advanced, then we will start at advanced. If you score lower, you say, hey, yeah, you may feel that you're intermediate, but based on this, and it's something that you can look at and say, okay, yeah, I see. So we have actually to do a reload. We actually fire 2 rounds after the reload. We actually and do it one after the other. So as you're doing it, if you have a stumble with that, and we can take a look at that, and we know what's smooth and what's not. If you say, oh, you know what, I could do it better. I made a mistake. Go ahead, do it again. So we want you to get your best foot forward. We're gonna make the assessment from that. Once we determine the level you are, we'll take off from there. So we're not going to start off with what we think you should know. We're going to start off with what we think where you are, and then build from that. All right. So if you can reload the firearm, you can take care of it. You can slap rack. You can keep the gun running. We start off from there. We don't have to go through all that stuff. A lot of those things are in the drills that we do. So you're going to get a little bit of that. You may even see that we do it a little bit different. So you may glean from that. But we're not going to force our program on you. Our program is open so that when you look at it and you participate in it, you gain. You're not going to tell you, okay, this is the muzzle, this is the trigger, if you already know those things. All right. So that's the one-on-one. Then any of the titles that you see up there, we can do those at any time. So any title that you see that doesn't actually have a date next to it, we can bring that out for you or a small group of people. If we have one instructor, then we usually get up to 6 to 7 people at the maximum. We like 5 is the best, but we can do 6 or 7. After that, we start doing tandem tag teaming it, because then we're gonna need more than one person to keep an eye on everyone. So that's why we say small groups. But if you want to bring out 10, 15 people, you let us know ahead of time. We'll be out there. We'll be able to handle it. And the first class of the year is coming up July 14th, and that's rifle and PCC class. That's how you come out and you learn how to run your rifle like a pistol. You drive the rifle, you drive the PCC. That is what this class is all about. It's going to get you into pushing yourself and being in control, not just tossing rounds down range and, I was almost as a Delta. No, we're looking for Alpha Charlie, and we're mostly Alpha. And once you get to that, you actually start driving that gun, and that's what that guy up there is going to show you. Next class after that is August 25th. And that one is the Conceal Carry Stop the Bleed class. That's the beginning of our Stop the Bleed and learning how to use a tourniquet, learning how to use the Israeli gauze, triage and paying attention to the person, make sure the person doesn't go into shock, those things like that. This one is a lot of repetition. You're going to do it multiple times until you can't get it wrong. Then you can go home and practice it more. What you should carry, where you should carry it, how to take it out, how it should be stored so that when you do take it out, it's a simple usage, a simple application. Those are things that you have to be concerned with, and that's what developed in this concealed carry class. So that's what you get out of it, and that's why we promote it. The next one is the big daddy of this Stop the Bleed, and that's the medical and rifle battle class. That's a good class because there's parts in there that you're not going to get anywhere, and those one is smoke, and the other one is like a confusion chaos that's in control because it's going to be stopped if anything is seen that's going awry. But at the same time, you have to think. It's not going to be something where it's just 1, 2, 3. It may be 1, 3, 2, 4. See, so it's going to, but you're going to get all 4 elements, but it's not going to be in an order. You may have to do it in a way that you have to get the person to safety, then assess the wound and treat it, or maybe you have to put down fire here, get this person assessed real quick and stabilized, and then move them. All that stuff we go over, and it's really, really it's cool. What I like about it is that I've seen people who didn't know each other at 8 o'clock in the morning, and around noon after lunch, they're buddies, and then because they're talking because this guy up there, they have a common goal, and it's to not get him to choke somebody. Right. So, but yeah, and it's a thinking class, and it's moving, and pop smoke every time. Any time we do this class, we're gonna pop smoke. So that's something that you can't get almost anywhere. And for example, the last time that we did it, a buddy of ours came running over because he was like, "What the hell's going on?" Remember that one? We did the fire into the smoke. And man, I mean, the videos were outstanding. The photos were crazy. And he was out practicing, and as soon as he heard that, he saw the smoke, he was like, I got to go see it. As soon as he turned the corner, he's like, I should have known it was you two. Should have known. Yep. But that's a good class and a great experience, which leads into the last class of the year in November, and that's the rifle and tactical gear class. That's a class where you have to be able to run your firearm at an intermediate level or higher, meaning that you have to keep it running. Stoppages, you got to walk through those. You got to get it fixed and keep going. Ammunition, you got to keep your guns loaded, keep them hot, keep them moving. It's a lot of thinking and a lot of moving in this class. Be fit enough that you can withstand getting up, get down, move over here, step over here, stop, go.
Well,
type of thing.
you can't say be fit. Only thing I say is
fit enough.
Well, don't have any medical conditions.
See?
Where you can't walk.
Or back injuries.
Yeah. But other than that, I can work with you. I'll get you fit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Boy, you sound like that spider that just says, go ahead, sit down. You'll be fine.
I'll get you fit.
I know what that means. I know what that means. And if anybody has 2 ounces of brain matter, they'll know what that means too. Come on, you'll be fine. I got you. Have a seat right there. I'm going to heat this up. Dinner is served. Exactly. But yeah, it's a great class. If you have any gear that you tried out and you thought, oh man, I don't know if this is going to work, bring it to this class. It'll be a decisive yes or no.
And I want to say something on the gear. If your gear breaks on the range, don't be discouraged and don't get upset. I have extra gear you can borrow and continue through the class, so you don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because some people their gear break and they're like, "Oh, I can't continue to train." Yeah, you will. You can continue to train. You will. We will have a way. So it's not a big deal.
Right. We're gonna make.
That's been a question. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Yep. But it should be something that you look forward to, because if you have some questionable gear, you may want to test it now, where it's a sterile environment, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to getting out there and something really needed and then it fails.
Yeah. If you bought it off of Amazon or Whoosh, yeah, or what's the other Team
Team U. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you better come out and test it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh,
We're
okay.
all good to go.
All right. And laser engraving. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, you'll see I just completed some portraits on some bass wood, and they came out pretty goddamn good. And I got some more I'll be posting here pretty soon. So portraits is a thing that I really, really get into. So just go and follow Laser Sabertine Sabertine engraving, and it's engraving without the R. So it's and or just follow it through Sabertine Tactical, and you'll see it, or just message me, and I'll send you a link, and you can see all the stuff I do over there. All right, and let's see what else. Oh, now Sunday night we're going to be on Range Therapies show on Rumble. So I'm pulling him up real quick. And where is he? Where is he? I know I got him here. You can never find it in this. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. There it is. And here's his page, Range Therapy. We're going to be on his page Sunday night, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours, shooting the shit. And this is his live page, the live side, and he should be promoting it starting on Sunday. And you should see our logo coming up, not unless something happens. So, but other than that, we got the word we're going to be on his show Sunday night. And I mean, the guy, he's a serious gun guy. So I mean, and you can see some of his videos and stuff that he does. I mean, they're serious gun stuff. And so we should have a great time talking shop and talking about anything we're going to talk on. It's going to be on Rumble only. It will not be on YouTube. And because we're going to probably be using some foul language and some some unchoice non-politically correct statements. So so that's where we're going to be at on Sunday night. So I say tune in. I will share the Rumble piece to my Facebook page and LinkedIn page. LinkedIn page is a business page, not regular work. And also, but if you want to see us and know when he goes live, go ahead and follow him. And then you'll get the notice. If you're a Rumble follower, you'll get the notice and when it comes up, and you'll be able to see us live. All right. And let's get into the show. All right. Let's see. Let me pull this up. Now this is very interesting, guys. Al pulled this up today and we was talking about it. Why is this happening? You know? And it's been happening since 2012. It's really been getting bad. Guns being stolen out of cars. You know what I'm saying? At they say a triple rate in the last 10 years. It reports finds. But and it's the cars in the United States. We're not talking about the United States. We're not talking about any other place. But right. As much that we know about how to secure guns, we got the FBI analyzed. You see it right here? The data from 300. Come on, page. It won't do it. Keeps flopping. All right. FBI.
Good.
Go ahead, Al.
No, I'm saying there was just the technical part. Those things are rough because they're trying to get paid first.
Oh, that's why it keeps popping up. Okay. So the FBI data is from 337 cities in 44 states. That's what they have found, that guns are being stolen. And it's probably all the major metropolitan cities. that are being stolen from. And
It's easier.
yeah, it's easier. And these are the guns that's man, this page is going nuts. I'm having a hard
Right.
time controlling it.
Because it's trying to get you to all the ads and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to get me to play the ads, and I'm not doing it because we ain't getting paid for it. Yeah, it won't even let me. Yeah, we'll just talk about it. But
Yep.
um, it's kind of nuts because when you buy a gun, you why are people leaving their guns in their cars? You know what I'm saying? It's over a 10-year period. I mean, the word's been getting out, and it's been on local news a lot. Don't leave your guns in the car. Don't leave your guns in the car. And the first thing people do, I know people who are intermediate shooters have done this.
Hmm.
Left a gun in the car and it got stolen because they didn't lock the doors. You know?
Right. Well, the other thing is our cars are not as safe.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the first thing. And if you put your gun, your firearm in the inside of a car
Mm-hmm.
and you leave it temporarily or what have you, the problem is people are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the first thing. People are watching. So they see, you reach into your side and then all of a sudden you're sitting there and somebody's watching that. There's that guys that are certain that parking lots that are just waiting and watching.
Yeah.
The second thing is they're looking at different cars.
Yeah.
So,
Trucks.
right. To be fair, pickup trucks probably have more guns than a passenger vehicle.
Mm-hmm. And they
Depending on which
figured,
ones, I'm sure.
and they figured, hey, what's going on? Unfolding Joker, how you doing? Good evening to you. I see you over there on Rumble. All right. Going live with Paul. All right. Should be a good time. All right. Talk to you later, my man. And um well, majority of
No,
trucks.
but the trucks because just kind of like the lifestyle. People who are more outdoorsy usually get a truck or even SUV so
Yeah,
that they can move gear around and things
but
like
a
that.
lot of people associate trucks with white guys, and they
Okay.
always say redneck. They always associate big trucks with a redneck white guy, and the redneck white guy is always gonna have a gun in the truck. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I wouldn't doubt it, but
That's what they. That's most people
yeah. But
consider.
I'm talking about in a crime statistic because that's this basically what's happening is it's going to move into some kind of law that if you get a gun stolen and you had and they're going
You're
to
gonna pay a
charge you for it.
fine. You're gonna be pay
Yep,
a fine.
exactly. And it's
Or
something else. The same thing that they've been trying. It's always looming the Safe Act, right? So that they're going to
mm-hmm,
force us to put guns in safes when they're not in use.
mm-hmm.
You
Now,
know, hmm
now I was gonna say from this that article was being wrote. They said from 2022 it was 112,000 guns stolen. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Yeah. So that's
So
that's
in my neighborhood, not direct neighborhood, but in the vicinity, there was a group of guys, young boys, going around and literally had two in the middle of the street, walking down the street with pistols in their hand, and the other three or four of them were running alongside in people's driveways and checking doors, and there were people who were leaving valuable items like laptops and cell phones in the car. They left those. They took the cell phones, but they were just looking for guns. So in the beginning, they were taking everything. After they get hit a few times, all they were looking for were guns.
so. What's the purpose of taking the cell phone?
I don't know, but I'm just saying they did not take the cell phones.
Oh, they didn't. They don't want the cell
Did
phones. They
not.
don't want
They
the
don't want the cell
computer
phone.
equipment.
They
They
didn't
just
want
want the guns only.
They want guns. And these were when they finally got caught. These were kids were under 16 years old. They were a couple 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds.
So you said they had a
So
crew, two guys
about five
running
of them.
beside the car
Two
with
guys walking
guns.
down the Miller Street watching the backs of the guys. So what happened was one of the neighbors saw this happening. He goes and yells at him. They shoot at him. He shot back at them with a shotgun. So after that, the bad guys decided we're gonna have an Overwatch. So they got these two guys walking
Oh
down the middle of the street,
shit!
and as these two walk down the middle of the street, the rest of them zipping in and out, grabbing doors and waiting, finding somebody's open door, ruffle through the car looking for just guns, just guns.
How do they know how to do an Overwatch?
Because they have that in Call of Duty, bro.
Oh man! So yeah, like WK said, plus people keep putting gun related stickers on their vehicles, like
I was
Glock,
going there next. Good
NRA,
one. Yep. Very good. Yep.
and SIG Arms, Smith and Wesson, etc. Yeah, which is stupid. I told several people that. Well, I don't care. I got a gun. You know, they can come
Mhm.
try to take it if they want. I just look at them like, oh, all right, okay.
That's not the point.
And he also said military stickers also on their vehicles.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's why I don't do that anymore. I used to do it, military stickers. I don't do it anymore. The Uniform Tango said my coworker, um, who doesn't have any more indicators on his vehicle, had his pistol stolen from his SUV. He lives in an upscale neighborhood south of me. But why? Then the question is, why was his pistol in his SUV?
Okay.
When we have the ability to go buy the safes for our vehicles to lock those vehicles up in, or
Lock the
just
guns
take
in.
the pistol with you.
So,
If you're not-
okay, so like Uniform Tango agrees with you, but I also have had this same thing where somebody's going to say a school, or they're going to the what's it called, post office, or a non-permissible area. So they put the gun in the car and they're going to leave it there temporarily, right? They get hit. These guys know. They know, like courthouses. Especially like in downtown Atlanta, they're hitting those parking lots outside of the courthouse because they know you can't take a gun in the courthouse, right? Most people are not law enforcement, so most people don't have the credentials to make it through past the magnetron.
Yeah, but
so
come
they
on,
leave
man.
these guns in the car.
I know, but let me answer some of these chats here on Rumble first. Dear Sarge, he's over on Rumble. He says he's here now too, working and lurking like your ex. Unfolding Joker. Yeah, don't put any of that on my ride either. Smart choice. And but I'm saying, Al, if you, I know it's kind of hard for a lot of people to think about this, but pull over before you get to your destination. Take your gun off and stick it in your trunk.
Oh, absolutely.
Then
So
drive.
even if I have to put one underneath the seat, right? Even if I have to put it underneath the seat, I got one of those little boxes that tethers to the seat stanchion, and it kind of is a little bit secure. It makes it a little bit harder to get in. That's all it really does. If you really want it, you get time to yank it out, you get it, but make it a little bit harder. If I do that, I'll do it right here. But then I'm gonna drive off and parking somewhere else.
Another mile or so away.
I'm not getting out the same spot that I just did.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And then you don't, you can take it off and throw it in the bag. Then just throw your bag in the trunk so they never see the gun.
Right. But most people are not savvy like that. Most people are not thinking of that. So the place that I told you about, these guys got 10 guns in 2 months hitting the same spot. It's like fishing. All of these were residential neighborhoods. And I was on Nextdoor at the time, and I'm reading these things. The people who were the victims of this said that they forgot.
Right.
How do you forget that you have a gun in your car? Right.
And
that's
check,
the first thing.
And check.
Second, they were just leaving it there for a few hours because they were going home, go to bed, and wake up the next morning, go back to work. So they figured, and they were taking a shortcut.
Right.
That's what.
And,
That's what
and
kind
check
of
this
mentality
out.
you're talking about.
Check this out, Al. They don't lock their doors. These guys are not
Some of
popping
them were.
windows.
Some of them were, right? Yes. Some of them had locked doors and they broke the window.
Okay.
Some of them, what they were doing, what you just said, the secondary people were like, take all the valuables out and leave the car doors unlocked. My point of view was, you got a criminal going on. You need to get it stopped. You don't. How do we? I'm going to adapt my lifestyle so that you can continue stealing. I'm just going to leave my doors open so you don't touch my car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're doing in California, but that's a whole different ballgame.
My suggestion was some of the men in the neighborhood need to take a sleepless night and wait for these jokers to come around. That's whatever happens, happens. But I'm just wondering. So I found another one that was a same article, same information, because part of it, what you mentioned, that that statistic is right here.
Yeah.
2022 alone, 112,000 firearms reported stolen. That's the one to report it. I know people who I've encouraged to call the police, and they didn't.
Have not.
They were pissed.
Have
they
not.
Were pissed. They weren't. They couldn't get it insured. They couldn't get this, and they said the hell with it. And I'm like, bro, it's not about your insurance. Yeah, you're out, but this way you let them
Your
know what
name's
you're
going to
looking
come
for.
up on
Exactly.
that, and you can maybe charge for not reporting a stolen firearm.
Yeah.
And Uniform Tango said he told him not to do that shit, but he did it anyway, so he learned from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, keep them in your trunk if you can't get out of your car, or just leave the damn gun at home if you're going to go to some place where it's like, if you got to go to court jury duty, and you're going to be driving from your home to jury duty, and you got to park in a secure. Well, if it's a secure parking lot, you then shouldn't have to worry about it because you can keep it in your trunk, especially if it's at the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? But if you're
Right.
parking in the street, on the alley, or something like that, just leave it home. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, the same thing that you just said is the same person that they'll forget it and it'll be there for months on end. And
But
also, those are the people that we see on a regular who show up at the airport and they're
and got a
searching their
gun in
bag,
their
and all of a
bag.
sudden, a
I
carry-on
forgot.
bag has a gun, and it's
Yeah,
like, I forgot. How the
I forgot.
hell do you forget a gun?
Right.
You know. But this is the lackadaisical mindset that hurts the everyday honest citizen. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
really would say that person did everything right up until that point, and that they're probably not trying to be a detriment. But yet here
Mm-hmm.
we are.
Right. And check this out. In Savannah, Georgia, the city leaders passed they
That's what's coming.
passed an ordinance requiring people secure firearms left inside their car after seeing more than 200 guns stolen from unlocked cars in
Right.
1 year.
Hmm.
So the measure is forcing a pushback from the state attorney general. I don't know what the measure is. Let me see.
Bro, listen to this one. The ATF has also highlighted that theft remains a significant way guns are supplied to criminals, with over 1 million guns reported stolen from individuals between 2017 and 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then we say, well, how did he get a gun? Because he's a criminal, because he stole it from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back, and this is back in the 80s, when I first became an officer, it was one of the first things they told us about securing firearms because they said you get targeted. I didn't see it as much as they emphasized it during that time, but I did see where guys, especially guys that went out of town and they announced it. And mind you, this was before social media, where everybody has to let you know where they're flossing next week. And these guys were targeted. It's easy to do it now than it was
Mm-hmm.
back then. And these guys, I mean, like some serious pieces were stolen. AR-15s, different pistols, and these are not the what do you call it, the department issue stuff. This is their own personal items that were stolen.
Right.
When we were competing, we used to stop at a particular what's it called, restaurant and bar,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and one of the waitresses set up the entire crew, and they got about
Yeah.
$15,000 in
You're
one
worth the
sweep,
guns. Yeah.
and with worth of guns and ammunition. And when the officers showed up, they said this has happened before. The guys snatch it and they shoot straight back out on 20, right back to Atlanta. They said it.
Mm-hmm.
They seen it before. They had like suspects and people, and when they started interviewing people, found out that it was the waitress. She had only been
So
there for like 2 weeks.
this ordinance being pushed by Maddie Gilbert in Georgia. Yeah, everybody know who she is. She's that black blonde headed lady whose grandson was killed by a stolen gun. And now, yeah, that's I
Okay.
think I'll show you her picture. She's pushing this to go statewide. She's worked hands in hands with the Guns Against Georgia. This is a gun control bill she's trying to push. Let me see if I can pull her up. Uh, uh, it's hard to pull her up.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Georgia State.
Damn. So
You found?
Forbes is a Fortune magazine titled it this way:
Mm-hmm.
Americans have so many guns lying around that the number stolen from cars has tripled in the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
Mm.
that's crazy. And basically, it's they're being triple. You got new people coming in. They don't realize the magnitude of the responsibility that this is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hammer. It's not a screwdriver. We always often say that they're just tools, but these are tools that not one of them should be guarded much better than they are. That's why they
Yeah.
make the small safe boxes.
So
That's why they tell you in certain places you can't bring guns in. Go ahead.
yeah, and so they want you to disarm for those places. See, but I won't disarm. I just won't go there. You
Hmm.
stop me from taking a
But
gun into a place.
if you have to go down the Golden
Courthouse.
Dome, so to speak,
I don't.
that's
I
not even
won't
in the
go.
courthouse.
I won't go.
Okay, what about if you have to go?
What do you mean I have to go? I don't have to
Don't you
do
put?
anything.
You don't have to go to the mailbox. You don't never go to the post office.
I take it. I don't disarm. Did you see a metal detector there? I go in.
You said it first. If you know how to conceal carry, you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. If I don't see a metal detector, I'm not stopping.
I'm
You
not
know what I'm saying?
advocating. I'm not telling anybody what to do. All
No.
I'm telling
And
you
I
is if you know
dress
how to conceal
accordingly. I
carry,
don't carry open.
if you're not a concealed carry, you shouldn't have any problems.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
So
saying.
that's the difference between me. I walk in there and look harmless. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
mean, this is stupid for you. If I see a sign, I stop. For
So
instance, me and my,
just to add some more background on this before we go into the next
yeah,
phase of
we're
it,
about to change.
listen to
Yeah.
this. The rate of other items stolen from cars has dropped 11% over the last 10 years. They're looking
Right.
specifically for
For
firearms.
guns.
If you don't remember anything that we ever put out there, just remember your car, your truck, your SUV, your motorcycle, your convenience on these roadways is not a safe. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have it on your person, you're wrong. That's the way you should think
Mm-hmm.
of it. That's the way you should think of it. If you have to put it in your car temporarily, as Al said, put it in before you get there. Pull over the side of the road, figure out where you are, and even if you pull
Or
up to the location, drive around the block while you're securing that firearm.
or leave it at home because you're
Hmm.
not a responsible gun owner if you're too scared to carry your gun with you. You
Hmm.
leave it at home. That's the
Right.
best place for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You don't need it.
And that same note that you just said another way of looking at it, you have people who feel that I need a gun 24/7, 8 every day of the week, whatever, but yet you don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So you don't really need it.
You don't need it.
Because if you don't know how to get it done, you don't need it. If you're sitting there in front of the location that you're about to go into and you're taking it off and you're reaching underneath the front seat,
You don't need
everybody's
it.
watching.
You
People
don't need
watching.
it. You don't need it.
See?
You leave it at home.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Use
I
it.
very rarely say that, but I agree with you. I very
Yeah.
rarely say
I'm
that.
going to say it. Leave it at home. I prefer you leave it at home than let a criminal get it and sell it on the streets. And that gun comes around and either kills you or robs one of us and kills us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
Let's read some chats here real
Hey,
quick.
dude, that bill passed.
Oh, it did?
They passed an ordinance in Savannah requiring people to secure firearms left inside cars and anything like you said, the 200 guns stolen in 1 year.
Yeah, they're trying to push it.
They're
Like I
pushing back
said,
from the state attorney's office or state
yeah,
attorney general's office.
yeah. So they're
Hmm.
trying to make it a statewide ordinance. That's what they're trying to do.
Right.
WK said many guns are stolen from cars parked at lots at the airport here too. Yeah, in
Hmm.
Atlanta, Hartsville. Yeah,
Yep.
and which is true. And I don't. That's stupid. Why are you leaving a gun in your car at the airport? You
For
know,
that, especially if you're
if you can,
traveling.
if you travel, just leave it at home,
But think about it, bro. If you're
dude.
traveling, on average, even if you're just doing a round trip, that's at least a day.
Right.
What kind of life you living that you need to come back and make sure that your gun is
Yeah, but even if you're going on vacation, you leave the car in, you're thinking, "Oh, I need to have a gun in the car when I drive home." No, dude, you're driving from point A to point B. Just drive home. Don't be
right?
stopping. Make sure your
Hmm.
car's full of gas when you get there,
Right.
and you just keep going. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
get that one, bro. And
It doesn't make
like
sense.
WK say, it's
Let
these
me.
areas are known. So
Yeah.
they're like fishing holes. They're fishing
Right.
holes. So these guys go back, and you're doing the same thing, new victims, but the same play. They're
Right.
running the same play, but just a new victim.
Let me catch up on some of these chats.
Go ahead.
All right. WK said it's now legal to carry inside the post office. Yes, it is.
Okay.
And Uniform Tango said vehicle is not a gun safe,
I'm not gun safe, right?
not gun safes, and they're just glass and aluminum. And then who's that? Uniform Tango agree with what we just said. We also got some chats over here on Rumble, and Dear Sarge says, sir, what is that bulge near your waist? Is it just you're real happy to be in my
Presence.
Marxist establishment? Oh man. And it's a whole different dress, Sarge. I mean, we dress to be great guys. You know what I'm saying? Uniform Joker said hello again, just saying, oh, he's talking to Dear Sarge. And yeah, I mean, if you're gonna let's stick to the vehicle stuff, but there are safes you can get if you don't want to bolt it down to your car. They got buy the ones with the titanium cables that attach to them, so the guys can't get bolt cutters and cut them. And a lot of these criminals are not carrying bolt cutters at all. You know what I'm saying? So what they're doing is bust and grab or open and grab and go. You know what I'm saying? And if they got to fight to get it, they're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so the titanium safes comes in flat. That comes in a gigantic box. You can even get the ones that carry a full rifle in the things.
Right.
You know, and but if you're gonna do something like that, if you have a truck, bolt it down to the frame. They can't get to it. Also, a lot of you guys are carrying these trunk guns. You know what I'm saying? You're carrying small ARs with 7.5-inch barrels, AKs, Dracos, and stuff like that.
That's Christmas for these theft.
Thieves. They go nuts. If you don't have a trunk, take a it was a thing that we did. Well, I know you get that heavy duty you can buy. You can go to Lowe's and you get those gigantic cables, and they do have some titanium cables you can buy, and you can actually run that cable through the boat onto if you have a spare tire in your trunk, and you can take that gun and lock it to that spare tire. You know what I'm saying, with that cable. Right. So yes, it defeats the purpose of you getting it fast. You know what I'm saying? But so what?
But I mean, but you want it to be secure.
It keeps it secure. Because you're not gonna.
If you're living in a situation that you need to get to a rifle fast, I don't know.
You better strap it on you.
Right, because I think most people are waiting with those truck guns for that inevitable day when you get the sound of the purge in the background. It's time to go.
What's that?
But if you're living in a situation where you're waiting for some cartel member to go, or whatever they call their killers to come looking for you, that's something totally different. You got a whole different problem. You need friends.
And Sean Thomas, yo, what's up, Sean? And how have the two alphas been? We've been great, still doing shows, still going to the range, and need to come into our world. That's all.
Come on through.
Come on through. And yeah, I mean, it is so much stuff you can do without getting your gun stolen. I've been very fortunate because I do not leave guns in cars, you know. And Sean, you want to call in? I'll hold on. Let me publish the number. And I don't leave guns in cars. I never had a gun stolen in my entire life, and because I don't do stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Listen up.
Knocking on wood for you.
Knocking on wood. And let me make sure my phone's connected before I announce the number. And
I totally agree with you. I don't think I'm fortunate. I just think I've moved in a way that doesn't leave me open for that to be a victim, and that's because you pay attention, right?
Right.
You don't do those things the same as you even before the law changed. I think, by the way, WK, the law changed on the 12th of January. So even before the 12th of January, I was still going in those places, and I know how to conceal carry. And most guys are looking to see, am I printing? Am I printing? Well, if you have to ask that question, it's like that lady that asked, "Does this dress make me look fat?"
Yeah. And
You
sometimes,
already know the answer.
if you act like you're not printing, they won't even notice you. They won't even notice you. I mean,
Right.
look at us. Look at me and Al. You think anybody going to notice the way we look walking in the place? They're going to be like, look at these two old men. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
And
want
I
them to
walk.
look. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
and they're gonna be like, and I walk like I'm tired. I am tired. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at everything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Exactly.
it's you gotta change your posture to become a gray man. And if you don't understand what a gray man is, we did a whole
it
episode
up.
on gray man. Go look
it up. Yep.
go look at our show.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did a
And the
whole
thing
episode.
is, you got these guys. You always make this joke. Those guys that what's that thing? With the superhero clothes. You know, the skin tight clothes and
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
medium
You can see the
shirt with a
veins.
large body.
You can see the veins all over their body. It's like,
Right.
come on, dude. What are you wearing that for? You know, then they got the
Onion
cross
skin.
straw
Yep.
in the man purse. So it's
Yeah.
obvious. Skinny clothes,
It's
man
dead
purse.
giveaway.
You know where it's
Dead
at.
giveaway.
Or the backpack's wearing backwards on their chest. It's an AR in there. We know this. Or Draco. You're not fooling anybody.
Exactly.
The number is open. The phone line's open. Sean, if you want to call in 404-692. Let me get to the scroll again. 404-692-0561. And the line is open. Just keep it related to this subject right here. But yeah.
Yeah. T-Rex jeans.
T-Rex jeans. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's bringing up somebody that he's made amends, bro. He's okay nowadays. He's proven himself over the last couple of years. You know who he's talking about.
No.
The minister a few years ago. All his
All right.
videos look like
There we
they're
go.
going real fast.
All right. Hold on. Line is getting ready to come open.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right. Sean, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. You're
Hey,
live.
what's going on?
How you doing? How you doing? This is
All right.
Alpha. I was listening there, and I got caught up on the topic you had about guns getting stolen out of cars.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood that, and the reason why is because when I was a kid, and 82, 83, 84, preteen, teenager, there was kids that used to break into cars in the neighborhood, and these were cars that were left unlocked.
Right.
So this was pre-laptop days. So it was like, wallets, watches, and guns. And I'm like, why would you leave your gun in the car? Don't you need your gun with you when you get in the house in case something happens in the house?
Right.
So I never understood that. And because of that knowledge that I got as a kid, I was like, well, if I ever buy a gun, I'm just never going to leave it in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so I keep my gun in my 511 bag in my car. And then when I leave, when I leave the car and go in the house, I bring the bag in the house, and the bag stays with me in the downstairs, if you will. Then when I go to bed, it comes upstairs with me.
Right.
So for the most part, my firearm is never more than 5-6 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that it still happens, and we're talking 30 years later, it's like, really?
Yeah, and it's even more so nowadays than ever before.
Look,
And the
Laura-
crazy thing is, just as you just mentioned, more people should be educated on not leaving guns unsecure.
Yeah, because the only thing it's doing is giving the gun control people more reason to push more restrictive laws. It's like that ordinance they push, and now they're pushing for, they're going to be saying, okay, what they're going to really push for is every home that has children in that home, you got to have the gun locked up. You're going to have, it's going to be in a case with a lock, trigger lock, inside another case then you're going to have to probably have some type of insurance.
Or worse, the biometric bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah, because imagine this is what's going to happen. The biometric people are going to get in bed with some politicians. The politicians are going to push it, and then they'll get a kickback once it gets
well,
sold.
guns will be unaffordable at that point once you do
Doesn't matter.
biometric.
Unaffordable to you and me, the regular people, but there'll still be people willing to pay for that privilege. At that point, it will be a privilege. That's the
but
sad thing.
the thing that cracks me up is that they put out this narrative. I just saw a video today of a cop, this is in another country, approached the guy. The guy was walking by a house, and the bad guy presented a weapon, turned around, and it just so happened that the cop used his left hand to deflect the firearm, right hand pulled the firearm, and shot him 3 times. The bad guy was going to kill him.
Right.
Wow.
And tried to be sneaky about it. So my point of that is the cop had 0.25 seconds to make a decision and act on it. But you want me to use a biometric lock and a trigger lock and all this crap that somebody's trying to kick down my door that's not law enforcement. Because hopefully if it is law enforcement, they're at least going to say, hey, we're law enforcement. And that defeats the purpose of having a firearm.
Right, it does. But these guys are also looking at what's gonna also come with this ordinance. If you don't have those items and that firearm gets loose in that home or gets used in a crime, they're gonna come back to try to charge you for it. Mm-hmm. That's the next step.
No, I know.
Yeah. So
I know.
Yeah. Because this is a lot of guns being. Now, I had a theory with Al. This is my theory is maybe these guns are not unsuspectedly being stolen. Maybe some of these people are being approached by the criminals and being offered a financial fee to leave your car unlocked, to leave a gun in it. And now you report the gun stolen, you're free and clear. They just bought a hot gun or stole a hot gun, and they can go sell it on the market and get 3 times as much for that gun because it's untraceable once they get through with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I got a question though. If I am the type of person that buys a Colt 1911 that I really, really like, or a Beretta 92F that I really, really like, or, and I mean an older version, like let's go back to the lethal weapon days, and I really like this gun, I keep it in my car. Would I really want to relinquish that because the guy's going to give me $100 over what it's worth? Maybe.
On the street,
but
they will.
no.
On the street, they will.
Yeah, but on the street, those 2 guns that you just mentioned, those will go for at the very least $700 to $1,000 at the very least.
For a good stolen murder.
When you're looking at druggies and street people, they will pay numbers that we will just look at and walk away. They will reach deep down in their pocket and pull it out.
So what you're telling me is that I can make that deal. My property gets confiscated, gets stolen, and then I can go out to the gun store the next day and buy a new one.
Yep. And as long as you report that gun stolen with the proper serial number, it's not on you. It's been stolen. It's been stolen.
But I can replace what was lost at a financial gain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure can.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can.
Now, just for everybody else that's listening on the side, we don't have any proof this is being done. We just
this is
something that we conjured up.
Yeah, this is just a this is just one of my fantasies. I'm saying because with that many types of guns being stolen,
this is his Breaking Bad moment when he
112,000 guns being stolen. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe 112 guns are not legitimately being stolen out of cars, and some of them can be done.
Right.
So
we're speculating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just for mostly YouTube, but anyone else that's in there.
Yeah. But that's what I'm thinking. That's the way I'm thinking because it's not actually making sense. You know what I'm saying?
Too many, and somebody's making a profit.
No.
Somewhere.
Yeah. somebody is making a profit. So, and
No, and that's what you got to look for is that with the speculation, is there a profit motive? If there is, I'll buy in. I'll buy into that house all day long.
Right. And
because it doesn't have to be a gun; it could be a weed eater or a landscape truck or a lawnmower or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Right. Absolutely.
Right. And I want to thank on Rumble Russ Hanneman for coming through. He said Joker sent him. Thank you, Joker, for sending people over, and thanks for coming through. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean that's the logic of it. I mean, it's not making sense. If you think you need a gun and you're not carrying that gun, my gun stays on me all the time. All the time. The only time I take it off is get in the shower and go to sleep. That's it. Other than that, when I wake up, it's on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
and I got to tell you guys this though. The other day, I had to run down to Dobbins Air Force Base to the credit union to make a deposit, and I was at if you're familiar with the area, I was over by the airplane museum, if you will.
Yeah.
A couple old pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
And mine was on me.
Right.
And I remember thinking to myself, do I need to have it on me because I'm about to enter a partially restricted area?
Is there a metal
detector? Off just to go.
Is there a metal detector?
No. They were closed. They only open on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
I have to be there during the week.
Yeah.
But I'm an airplane guy, so seeing an F-14 sitting in the yard and a couple other heavy equipment planes, that capture my interest while I was, making my deposit. I was like, let me go check it out real quick.
Right.
And I remember taking my firearm off and leaving it in the car just in case, because you never know what's going to happen.
Nope, won't happen. You can see the thing of it is a lot of people don't realize you go into a restricted area that has no, and Al can even back me up on this, that has no metal detector. And if they notice you have a gun, they can ask you to leave.
Yes.
It becomes an issue when you refuse to leave. And that's where it becomes
on the first one or the second one. They have 3 chances if they're doing it right. But do you want to take the chance that the officer's going to do it right and give you a fair shot? And he tells me the first time, I'm gone. If they recognize it and they say it the first time, I'm out. Okay, no problem.
Right.
Thank you. See you later next time.
Yeah. No, and I didn't get that far into it. I mean, I was literally still on the credit union property. But when you walk out the door, you could see the museum, area, if you will. And so I looked at a couple of airplanes and I was like, and I was just curious, what kind of plane is this? What kind of plane is that? Whatever. But it was presence of mind to say, well, I've got this thing on me. Maybe I need to take it off, for the next, 5 minutes.
Is it noticeable? If it's not, why take it off? If it's not noticeable, don't take it off. If they don't notice
it, problem was
there's no problem.
Yeah, but the problem was that at the moment I had on a like an Adidas breathable short sleeve, no collar shirt, short, no jacket.
So my
shirt was actually,
you was printing, basically. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where you have to change your dress. And we tell everybody that if you're going to carry concealed, change the way you dress. You cannot dress to impress. You got to dress to carry concealed. And dressing to carry concealed is not a luxury look. You're not going to attract the ladies. You know what I'm saying? So
no, you know.
Yeah. So
No, because I've been places where I carried and it was like, I'm kind of hot in this outfit.
Well, no,
that's just a confusion.
You don't have to dress hot. You don't have to wear an overcoat. I mean, if you're wearing an overcoat and a jacket and it's a hot day, that's a dead giveaway. You have to buy oversized shirts and clothes. And if you wear
but sometimes, what I was going to say is sometimes if I have on shorts, I will put on a polo, like a golf shirt. because that's how I dress for work, to be presentable to a lot of the customers I have, because
Right.
I look like I'm a golfer and
But-
they could do the work I'm doing
Right.
without an actual uniform, and my shirt's tucked in, then now I have to wear my shirt outside in order to not print.
They have holsters that you
And
can actually tuck.
After over the years.
They have tuckable holsters.
Right.
And they do have
Okay.
and they do have button-down shirts that are designed and made for the outside cut. So they don't look like so you don't look uncouth. They got them at the mall. They're called untuckable shirts.
Yep.
They make untuckable shirts. Yet you will pay $35 to
little longer in the
$40,
tail.
$60 for one shirt, but they look good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's because they're a little longer.
Yeah, they're a little longer. They go down to your pockets, and that's what those shirts are designed for. You know what I'm saying? So you got it. You got to change the way you dress, and that's what's happening here. And if you wear a medium shirt, you're gonna have to go to a large. You know what I'm saying? And you have to get a large shirt. You know what I'm saying? So it'll fit the comfort of everything is around you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't. That's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to be either that or don't carry. You know?
No, I'm good with that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, carrying, it becomes a lifestyle. It's not an adventure. It's a lifestyle. Yeah. Let me get some chats real quick. Russ Hanneman, nice to meet you. And Unfolding Joker, 2 Alpha Talk with the sensible fashion advice. What more can you ask for? Yep, there you go.
Bro. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, look how
That's
we
it.
dress. I mean, Al's got his shirt on. And if he stood up, you couldn't tell. And this shirt I got, it's a huge shirt, and this is where I wear this shirt and some shorts. That's the way I wear all year round. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
But you're unassuming. You're unassuming.
you said
That's
what
the
now?
key.
Wait.
I'm on the phone. I can't see.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, you can replay back the show and see what I'm talking about. But I'm not standing up. You can just see the shirt I have on. But like I said, if you guys want to know about the Gray Man, we have a show that we did on the Gray Man, and it just specifically talks about the Gray Man style and what you have to do, how you got to wear, how you got to present yourself. And it's not just about the clothes. I mean, you got to carry yourself like a Gray Man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it may not be flattering to a lot of people, but it keeps you alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
It makes you the third option too. A lot of times, guys going to do a robbery, they're picking out the people they got to take out first. It makes you a third option, fourth option, so that you can react. The more time you have, the better you can tailor your response.
right.
See, that's the key too. Is that you don't want to be the guy that's chit chatting, talking to everybody, the life of the party, and then all of a sudden you look up and something's going wrong. There's a lot of liquid.
Hey guys, I got a call coming in.
Okay, man. All right,
I
good.
got a call coming in.
Good stopping through.
Yeah, man.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, he's on. All right. So yeah, I mean it's very interesting that and we did get on a fashion scent. I was trying not to go down the Gray Man role, but like I said,
it kind of goes hand in hand when you don't want to be somebody who's a statistic, but having your gun stolen from your car.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You have to have a different mindset. You just can't be willy-nilly. I'm just going to leave this here. It's not a book. You follow me? It's not a book. It's something that can kill somebody. And it can kill the fool that steals it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been worse. Go ahead. The worst my thing is when these jokers take it somewhere and they leave it unsecure and then a child gets to it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also been some instance where the guy have seen a person stealing a gun from his car, and it happened here in Georgia, and the guy ran out to try to stop that guy and ended up getting killed with his own
Shot
gun.
right in the chest. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, killed him with his own gun.
So explain this one to me. What about the guys that have the gun? I think it's unsecure because it's in their back pocket, or even worse, the side pocket. Pocket
Pockets.
holsters. You ever seen that?
No,
Wow,
I haven't
well,
paid any attention.
You gotta get out the cave.
I don't get out, man.
Yeah,
And
they're carrying them in their pocket, bro. In the
yeah,
pocket, just a regular pocket in the jeans, not like any special. Some of these 511 pants have damn near holsters in them. Nope, pocket, guns in the pocket,
yeah, that's
pistols,
stupid.
and all right, because this is gonna be good for you, Al. You'll trip on this because I know you. They have extended magazines in them.
Oh, those guys.
See,
And yeah, those guys. Now I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Those guys, they're not just stealing. I think we did a show on that where they're being stolen out of their pockets.
Yep.
And
That's
you can just
unsecure.
go on YouTube and see how many guns are being taken out of their pockets.
And when you reason why I brought that up was that that lady in Pennsylvania or Philly, wherever she was, and she was in the bodega and the guys were watching her and she wasn't watching them. She was on the phone and her pistol was in her back.
Oh yeah,
She had them
it was at
tactical
the
leggings on.
5 o'clock.
Yep.
It was at the 5 o'clock in a holster that didn't have a retention.
No retention. Some
Yeah.
little brinky dink 5 and holster.
I think it was a 380.
It was gone. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And she was so pissed that she didn't know what to do. She
Started to
ran
chase
out-
the guy.
She went to do it, and then she stopped, and she looked at the guy, the caretaker nigga, and he's like, "What do you want me to do?"
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny.
Yeah,
People
and
getting-
that's the same thing happens when you got somebody breaking in your car, and you come outside and you see him in the car. They have a loaded gun that you left in there. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna watch
Right.
them as they take it away. There's
yeah.
nothing you can do.
And some of these guys, if you've seen the videos, these guys are breaking into cars and daring you to come out of your house.
That's
They'll-
what I was explaining
They'll
at first.
yell at you and say, "Do not come out." They'll see you looking out the window and they say, "Do not come out of your house. This is not worth you losing your life over." They'll tell you this. And the guy's standing there with the gun in his hand, and while the other guy's doing the stealing, and it's like, "Do not come out. Don't come out." You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are you gonna do at that point? If it's a firearm, I'll lay hate through the window. You know what I'm saying? But
The guy that I was telling you about, I don't know him. I reached out to him, but I don't think we communicated. That's what he did. He came outside, heard them rustling. They shot at him first. He had a
Right.
shotgun inside his house. I think he was like an off-duty police officer. He had a shotgun inside the doorway. He reached in, grabbed the shotgun, and fired back at them. I kept saying to them, the people who were making comments, you check damn hospital, because if you even one pellet, these fools think you can just go to the hospital and get checked up and be on their way out there. They don't realize they have to call the police.
they got to, yeah.
They
You
have
can't
to.
go to the hospital, yeah.
No.
So let me catch up on a little bit these chats. Unfolding Joker facts off of Rumble, guys. I'm always trying to be as aware as possible when I'm getting my boys in and out of my vehicle. And he also laughed, Unfolding Joker, haha, gone. It was what it was. Yeah. I think he was referencing to what we was talking about. And so, yeah, there's some things to think about there. And, keep your gun safe.
Before you go, just let them take a look at this.
Okay.
This is what it looks like.
Okay.
I've seen this firsthand, unfortunately. I can't unsee it.
That's worse than leaving your gun in the car.
See, there you
That
go.
is
That's what I'm
worse.
talking about. Yep.
Yeah, because
I
it's
mean,
going to get
it's down
grabbed
there.
and they're going to point it at you.
Yep. And now
Yeah.
what you gonna do?
Yeah, you're going to look stupid.
As WK told me the last time we was out on the range, that's like whistling Dixie.
Yeah. Whistling Dixie.
That's all you can do is whistle Dixie at that point, bro. You lost.
Man,
You just take a loss, take a L.
that's funny. And with that, we're going to start to close down this show.
Absolutely.
Before I go again, we're going to be, let me pull that back up. Sunday night, we're going to be on, where we're going to be, Al? We're going to be on Range Therapies show at 10:30 Sunday night. And I just want you guys to follow Range Therapy on Rumble. This is going to be a Rumble only show. And it's going to be live and it's going to be unscripted.
Do you have his page? Did you
Yeah,
put
this is his page right here.
Okay.
You see it?
Yep.
And this is a live section. There's
So
a
the
full.
reason why I want to say that is if you
There,
go looking for it, it's Therapy Range. When you go looking
oh
for
yeah,
it,
therapy range.
right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I want to make
Therapy.
sure we're on the
Thank you,
same
thank
one.
you, Al. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
showing it. Yeah, therapy range, and this is it right here. And therapy range on Rumble. Take a snapshot of it and look for this guy with the Barrett 50 and
Because three
couple
of
of
them come up when you try to do it. I think he was. Well, look at the logo.
yeah. Look at the logo.
Yep.
It's the Zen
Black
logo.
and red logo. Yep.
Yeah, and that's where we're gonna be on Sunday night on the live show. And let's see what else. Also, go to our YouTube page, subscribe, the Two Alphas Talk, like and share the page, and also go to the Two Alphas Talk on Rumble. Not one word; they're all spaced out. And like and follow that, subscribe to that page if you have the app, and we're going to be looking forward to that. And also, Sarge, dear Sarge, so just looking forward to seeing you on his channel on Saturday the 18th too. Okay, yep. And that'll be another good time. Yep, we'll show her come on over there on the 18th. All right, and so there's another one. Matter of fact, you got the Sarge's page pulled up, Al?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead and publish this. Show it up.
Mhm. Gotcha.
And no, that's range therapy, therapy range. I was talking
right,
about dear
Let me
Sarge.
hit him. I got him. I'll find that. There we go.
Yeah, I got it. If you don't got it,
I got him. Boop.
okay. And go follow dear Sarge too. And we're gonna be on his on the 18th. And there it is. And unscripted, talking about some wild stuff. That's Rumble only. We're not going to be on YouTube.
Right.
So YouTube sucks. And
Yep.
yeah. And
And you know the funny thing is, I was going to tell you this earlier. More and more people doing all kind of stuff, like not just Second Amendment stuff, or not even political. Other people who just doing basic stuff are all complaining about that. Guidelines
YouTube.
is the best way. Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube guidelines. So it's not
YouTube is going to die eventually.
hopefully.
And but they're also trying to shut down Rumble. And so they're trying to take away free speech. They don't want free speech to be out there, and they're really trying to shut down Rumble. Rumble stands for free speech, and they are fighting tooth and nail against anybody who tries to stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And especially here in America, they don't care about around the world, but America especially.
Exactly.
Also,
Yeah, reach out to Sarge, man. He's so close to 1,000 subscribers. Go ahead and friends or whatever they call him over there.
especially you guys on Rumble. Rumble has some excellent stuff to watch and pay attention to. Unfolding Joker, it's great to see the Rumble community come together. And dear Sarge, big Rumble family with open seats at the table.
All right.
And Unfolding Joker, is that a fist bump? I can't tell what that is. Oh, beers, cheers. And dear Sarge, YouTube censor guys like me with the unimpaired vocal vocabularies. Other words, he cuts.
Vocabularies, yeah.
Yeah, he cusses a lot. And beers. Okay, thank you, Unfold Joker. Yeah.
He speaks regular American, that's why.
Yeah. And so we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys Sunday night. And our community, please go watch and do the show on Sunday night. I'll share it as much as I can and talk about it, but I just show you guys where we're going to be at. Okay. Dear Sarge also said, I'll make fun of those Atlanta boys you guys talk about in plain English. All right. I like that. I like that. American. Unfolding joke. All right, guys, we're getting ready to get out of here, and we'll see you guys in the range. What you got, Al?
Keep the Second Amendment in front.
That's right. All right.
Protect
we'll see you
it at
guys.
all costs. All right.
All right.